Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. So, with the release of the new season of Bridgerton, which by the way, I'm totally obsessed with, I thought that I would make a video about how everything happens for a reason, and I'm gonna be using Sophie, the main girl from a new season of Bridgerton, as an example. And for those who haven't seen the season yet, please be aware this video will contain spoilers, so you were warned. So I'm gonna start by saying that we as humans are designed to react to specific situations, especially if the situations are objectively bad, with this sort of negative approach. Your car breaks down, you leave your partner, you move to another country that you hate, or pancakes in the morning taste like shit, and suddenly you hate your life, you hate everyone around you, you hate yourself, and you keep asking, what is wrong with me? And you know, when I personally go through something like this, I tend to react in the opposite way. So instead of complaining and saying how everything is bad, because to be honest, there is no point really. You can either accept the reality and do something about it, or you can just cry yourself to sleep and be like, oh my god, nothing is working out for me, which, you know, will not help. Anyway, when something like this happens with me, I try to have this positive mindset that if it happened, then it was supposed to happen for my greatest good. And because I am a proper nerd, I will be using my favorite series, as I said, Bridgerton, as an example of how sometimes the most beautiful story starts off like, what the fuck is going on right now? Obviously, we have a new girl in the series. Her name is Sophie. She's a servant for these horrible people. Her stepmom hates her. Her sisters don't treat her nicely. Basically, her life is horrible. She's really poor. Her being a daughter of a nobleman is not considered. At some point, she's asked to clean 1,000 shoes in one go just because her stepmom was like, yeah, like, I'm bored, just do it, I hate you. She's not allowed to show herself, she's supposed to be invisible, so she cannot meet new people, she cannot be out in the society like the rest of the town, let alone marry a good, nice, rich man. She meets Benedict Bridgerton, but she hides her identity from him, so he basically doesn't know her name, nothing. They have a nice chat, he thinks that she's an amazing person, but she runs away from him. And right after that, some time passes, she's thrown out from her house, and now she's basically all alone on the street with no money, she cannot afford anything, she has no work. And at this point, Benedict is looking for her, but he doesn't know that. He meets her again when she's almost attacked by very horrible, nasty men, and he saves her from them. And because he learns that she has nowhere to go, he offers to spend some time in his cottage. And after some time, she agrees. And also, Benedict injures himself, I think, on the way to the cottage. Like, his wound is really bad. He bleeds out, but he doesn't want to tell Sophie about that. When she sees the wound, she treats it. He basically survives because of her. Eventually, they spend so much time together, they fall in love. Okay, so that was like a little recap of what happens. So, going step by step. Sophie works for rich, nasty people. She's not allowed to go anywhere, so she stays in the house the whole time. Later in the show, we learn that she is very educated and well-read. She knows languages. Not only that, she can also, you know, write, cook, mend things, probably ride a horse, I wouldn't be surprised. She can do literally everything. And despite her not being this like wealthy person like the rest of them, she's still so much more intriguing and interesting as a person. If she wasn't a servant, she wouldn't have been able to develop all these skills, and she would have been one of these rich people who don't really care about anything. Later in the show, we also see Benedict discussing his potential marriage to someone, and he tells his friend that he's not interested in anyone because all these women do not have a personality, there is nothing to talk about. And Benedict is a very artistic person. Yeah, I mean, as a man, obviously, it's so much easier to do all of these things when you live in the times like this, but still, let's not think about this for now. We can assume that Benedict is this type of person who wants someone not as obnoxious, who doesn't look at him and sees just a Bridgerton. When he is with Sophie, he realizes that she's this exact person. She doesn't care he has this superb status. She just genuinely loves spending time with him. She herself can talk about so many beautiful and interesting things. She doesn't take things for granted. There was even a point when they're talking and he's like, wait, you don't know who I am? And she is like, nope. This like sort of dynamics between them works because they are exactly who they are supposed to be. When they meet each other, they find freedom within each other. They can be who they are without pretending when they're together. This is why this dynamics works so well. Well, Sophie gets thrown out of her house because her stepmom is a fucking bitch. She ends up alone on the street with nothing in her pocket. So she goes and finds a job in this like sort of bar, the time when she meets Benedict again after not seeing him for a long time. Can you see the point I'm trying to make here? Objectively, it is pretty horrible to be devoid of your birthrights and end up being a servant for someone who treats you like shit. It's objectively horrible to get injured and almost die. It is objectively horrible to not being able to go into the society and be visible for others. All of these things I listed are pretty bad and awful. But if none of it happened, the outcome of this story would have been completely different. Benedict would have remained a rake.
You're a rake.
And Sophie would have been just like her sisters, probably. I think that when life seems unfair for us, or when we feel like our world is falling apart or nothing is working out, that's your sign that the good things are coming your way. This is your sign that now, while you're going through all this hardship, you have an opportunity to learn how to manage all of that and get out stronger than ever before, and how to be grateful for what you have now, because only when you hit the rock bottom you're able to bounce back. I feel like that season 4 of Bridgerton is just such a beautiful representation of how a person's happiness is achieved through so many struggles, but their ability to work through these struggles and their desire to remain strong are those things that keep them going. And our girl Sophie is just the perfect example of that. You know, every girl should definitely look up to her and be like, okay, right now my life is shit. What can I do to help myself? What can I do to fix it, to make it better? I'll keep on going, I'll keep on trying. No matter what life throws at me, I will never, never give up. At the end of the day, cinema is a reflection of our reality, and we can always find ourselves in these stories and feel like we belong and feel like we can do something about our own experiences. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I love you. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you are gonna have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah.